Concert Crew Podcast, we back again.
Yes.
Today we got another 25th anniversary. We celebrated In My Lifetime Vol.1, Jay-Z, his sophomore album. 25th anniversary, man. Jay-Z's sophomore album, In My Lifetime Vol.1. We great talk about the album, ready to talk about the impact. We great talk about maybe some stuff you don't like with it, stuff you love with it. We great get into all of that. Fellas, this is 97. How do you feel like the climate in hip hop is in 97 before this album dropped?
It's good. I ain't gonna front. It's good. But from the rip, let's get right to it. Is this a classic?
Well, we gotta talk about that. We didn't get to.
I'm just saying though, off the top.
I'm gonna save
so
mine.
we can.
I'm gonna save mine. I want to talk about the songs first.
Okay.
Let's talk about the songs. Let's talk about the songs first. I'm gonna leave you in suspense a little bit.
So you said the climate of this when this album dropped in 1997. Yeah. You had Pac you had Big just come out.
You still had Pac. Machiavelli was still running.
Yeah. Wu-Tang Forever dropped 97 summertime.
Yeah.
I think after Big died, I feel like it was just like kind of like a neutral state. That wasn't east or west. It was more like let's just see where it's going. But I feel like at this point, like the lane was wide open. Anybody could have stepped up and took the crown. And I feel like Jay just came out.
First of all, I feel Bad Boy was running it. Bad Boy.
Oh yeah,
we talked about Mace.
Yeah,
we talked about Mace, Harlem World, 25th anniversary. Mace was that guy. Biggie was the guy in the beginning of '97. Then you had No Way Out came, killed it. Then Harlem World. Bad Boy is by far running it,
right.
And that even has influence on this album that we're about to talk about. But the Bad Boy sound was definitely influencing the game. It wasn't nothing bigger than that. Of course, in the summer prior to this, you got, Wu-Tang, Forever. Also, Pac from 96, his impact is still lingering. But Bad Boy, to me, is running the radio. They're running everything. Everybody's trying to duplicate their sound. Mace, to me, is the man at this time. Yeah. He's running it. He's killing it. He's selling major units. And right before that, you got Puff that killed it with No Way Out. So Bad Boy is on top to me. Jay-Z, I do agree with you as far as the New York crown. Biggie, passed away, so he's gone. So it's like a vacancy. To me, at this time, Nas was the guy that I was giving that to. But I can't lie. The streets was giving it to Jay-Z at this time.
Let me ask you this. All right, so if Mace was the guy, how come he never was even in that category of the King of New York?
Because Mace was bigger than Mace was running the radio. Mace was not that Mace couldn't, because Mace could rap.
Yeah,
don't get
rap.
It twisted. But the lane that Mace was in with the ladies was just different. Like he was in such a.
So you saying it was bigger than New York to Mace?
He was a crossover artist.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I'm running the city.
Yeah.
It was just like all the girls love me. I mean, Puff, between Puff and him, how they played it.
Right.
He's all the way crossed over. He's all the way out there. But he still can rap. The King of New York thing, and Mace was never trying to claim to be that. He was just like, I'm just going to do me. I'm a Harlem dude. I'm just going to get all these girls. I'm going to make these hits. He wasn't trying to be the King of New York. Like, Nas actually wanted to be that guy. Hov knew what Biggie was. He knew Biggie was going. He like, nah, I'm that guy now.
Right.
And the streets was actually going with Jay. Now, Biggie was my guy at this point. I was hesitant. You got to do a little more. I'm not going to just give it to you.
Right.
Biggie was that guy.
You got to earn the crown.
But Hov definitely had the streets. It's funny how stuff changes over the years. But at this point, like he was the streets. He was one of the streets' favorite right here. He was like the hustlers guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my take on it in the rebuttal is that when this was going, when once Big passed, Hov went in like a sort of like a dark place, and when he was off the radar dealing with it, because that really was his friend.
Right.
So that made like everything like more awkward as far as like when you was looking for music from him at the time. Like, damn, like, so who gonna step up? Because we didn't know. Let's be real. When Big left and you from the East Coast, you're like, damn, so what's next? You know what I'm saying? And then that's when Mace was already holding it down, and then he came with some big hits. But as Carl said, like him attracting the women and more on the pretty side and doing whatever he do, it was potent. But we was known from the Mace of the murder Mace.
He didn't have the streets.
He wasn't on the street.
Yeah.
He felt this niche and he went with it. So we was looking for that. The thoroughbreds and niggas that's from the streets or whatever the case may be was looking for that edge and who was going to bring it. And at the time, you know, everybody was, you know, going whatever they was going through. And then this came out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that one of the things that about this album is everybody, a lot of people don't like it, but there's so many potent songs on here that represent the bricks that you can't deny.
Well, let's be clear. He was talking a street lingo that was connecting with a certain audience that others
to a
wasn't.
different on a different level as well. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
that's a fact.
And then, you know, like, because people caught Reasonable Doubt late.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Let's be all the way real.
At this point, people still didn't catch Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, to this point, to this day, people still ain't catch that. So now it's like, how is he going to follow that? What is he going to come with? You know what I'm saying? And I think that this is when Jay-Z was more becoming of the artist because he was a hustler coming in the game.
Yeah.
So now he's finding a way to make a complete album and certain songs and things of that nature and trying to bring certain pieces in. And it explains why some people like it and some people don't. But it was Jay-Z trying to find a universal Jay-Z because he seen what was going on in the game, especially with Mace at the top at the time and doing whatever he was doing as Mace being with Bad Boy.
Yeah, absolutely. So where would y'all say that Jay-Z was at at this point in his career at the time of this release? Where would you say Jay-Z was at as an artist? Like, how would he be labeled as an artist? Where was he at? Don't try to judge him on everything he did now. At 97, Jay-Z.
Well,
where would you say?
Would depend on how.
Well, how did you look at him, Freeze? Because I know, but how did you look at Jay-Z in 1997, not 2001, 1997?
He's it. Like, yo, like you know how you know somebody that's real nice and you like, yo, man, like say for instance, and I'm not using comparison. I'm just using like people that's actually nice that people sleep on or whatever the case may be. I'm going to say R.J. Payne. Let's talk about Benny before Benny became the exposure when we was talking about Benny years ago. You feel me? Benny, R.J. Payne, who else? Somebody they sleeping on that he
Ransom.
We just mentioned him.
Yeah.
You feel me? So them type guys that is like actually lyrically inclined on the street level that's beyond the magnet of an actual rapper in Figment. So because Jay-Z was on another level, thinking past, you know what I'm saying? Thinking past the average, person. So with him, he knew that he already had the street side sold up with Reasonable Doubt. So how can I make a universal album? And I think if you watch his catalog, it got better and better and better of making universal albums for it to reach the world because he realized that, all right, I need to sell the albums. So I need to get the money. And he found out and it come along. But it wasn't too many people on his level, Carl. For real. So we was waiting on him. We was coming with him. And I think Mob dropped again, right?
97, 97, 96 they did. They dropped Hell on Earth at the end in 96.
96.
Yeah.
And when did Murder Music come?
99.
99?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, but they still active during this time.
Definitely still active.
And then especially, you got to realize, because when Biggie died, everybody like, shit, man. It's
What's
not
next?
to look at it that way, what's next, but we need to create an opening.
Yeah.
How about you, Sean? Jay-Z in 97, how did you look at it? I know you're a Wu-Tang forever, walking around Wu-Tang drawers and all that, but how did you feel about it?
On the man, socket drawers?
That
was your best friend. That was your best friend. You was over there.
Sean was a young boy then, but he's having his shirt off with his Wu-Tang forever. Skippies.
He had the fake bubblegum Wu-Tang tattoo. Stop it.
You gotta lick it and then peel it off. Now, I mean, Jay-Z in 97, I honestly wasn't checking for him, honestly. I probably heard this after, probably around 98 when his third album came out. I went back to go listen to this. But how was you checking for Jay-Z in 97? Like, was you hyped for this album? Is this a
I
sophomore
was,
slump?
maybe for different reasons though. Because Biggie's my guy. There's
Yeah.
a void. Biggie's not here.
Right.
Everybody telling me I like Reasonable Doubt. I can't say I was diehard Reasonable Doubt's the greatest thing ever when it came out, but I liked it. And I actually seen him in concert at UD at the Chabant Center, and I seen him come out and perform Reasonable Doubt songs. And this is a hip hop crowd, hip hop heads, and they knew every word to Reasonable Doubt. He had no haircut. He had a Versace sweatshirt on or sweater or whatever. So like I was on Jay-Z.
Right.
I knew what he was. I didn't look at him as that guy yet. How some people were saying, like some people was early on was saying like Jay-Z's the king. I can remember clearly. I wasn't one of them guys, but I definitely had a void because Biggie's my guy. He's not there no more. I'm looking for who's going to try to step in there. So okay, Jay's that guy. I'm all for it. I'm looking for it. I don't think he can be that guy. Honestly, I didn't necessarily foresee how he ended up being in the future. I didn't see that at the time.
Why not?
I knew he was nice, but walking into that realm of when you start saying like ain't nobody touching him.
Yeah.
Like now it's different between it's different between like you nice and you one of them guys to where nobody's touching you. Like you standing alone now. That's a different lane. I can't necessarily say in 1997 I saw that. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. But I knew he was here. He arrived. I can tell you that. I can tell you that he arrived for sure.
So this is before you heard the album.
Well, he was doing other stuff. They were moving around. Then they had some singles and stuff dropped. Yeah, they was moving around. So I knew he was there.
Volume 2.
I knew he was there. And plus, remember, Biggie stamped him.
Definitely.
Biggie co-signed him. So he's on Life After Death. So also you got me checking you because Biggie said that guy. Like Biggie said, yo, nah.
You made the album.
Iceberg or Jigga. You know how he called him? Like he's that guy. So that's another stamp.
Yeah.
If Biggie's telling me somebody dope, back then I'm riding with it for sure.
Cause that's your guy.
That's my guy.
Yo, so
absolutely.
So after hearing like the first single, was you hyped for the album or was you like, we'll see what we get?
It was commercial.
Shit was trash, man.
It was commercial.
That shit was trash.
Which is The City Is Mine, right? That was the first
single?
No.
Okay, my fault. The City of Mine, it was okay.
It's commercial.
It's not the biggest splash.
It's not a way to introduce your album.
Yeah, it's a bad boy imitation to me. It wasn't but the lyrics on the song I like. But we'll get into that more. But the lyrics on the song I like. But is it that song? No. Is it that song that I'm like, yeah, he here? No, it wasn't. But it was it was okay. Not my favorite, but it was okay. Was there anticipation for this album?
Not really.
Really? None?
Not really because there was a lot going on. We didn't know if Jay was going to drop like that. You know what I'm saying?
This is only a year after Reasonable.
I know, but you got to realize he was off the radar once Big passed. For a minute, you wasn't hearing nothing from him or nothing. And it ain't like Instagram right now. His motherfucker might post something or some shit like that. He was off the radar, Carl. So ain't nobody know nothing. You feel me? If he was coming or not. We learned about it or we learned about it through the single and was like, oh, okay. You feel me?
I can't say it was like Harlem World anticipation or even No Way Out anticipation, but I feel like people was
checking for him.
Yeah. Oh, no, let me take that back. I think the streets was checking for him more than commercially.
Right.
I think he was still trying to find his way to the commercial realm. So I think street dudes coming off Reasonable Doubt, they was checking for him. I think he was trying to get himself in that lane to be where like a Biggie was, even Mace, even Nas after it was written, kind of got more commercial. So now he was like, okay, I got the streets now. Let me try to get into that lane. But as far as I don't think it was like heavy, like yo Jay-Z, I can't wait to Jay-Z drop. But the streets definitely, for sure, streets was checking for it. But overall, nah, it was a little bit. But In My Lifetime, man, Volume 1. It was the second album by Jay-Z. It was released on November 4th, 1997 On Rockefeller Records and Def Jam Recordings, it was executive produced by Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and Kareem Biggs Burke, the holy trinity of Rockefeller. And it featured production from Teddy Riley, Sean Puffy Combs, The Hitmen, DJ Premier, Ski Beats, Buck Wild, Jazzo, The Trackmasters, and more. Now, Sean, you're big on album covers. So what do you think about this In My Lifetime Volume 1 by Jay-Z album cover? What did it do for you?
I think it's a solid cover. I mean, it's I think it's a good cover because it's like black and white, kind of like playing off the first album. You know what I mean? It's all right.
I mean, it's not like this great detail.
It ain't no great detail.
Like, it's not like this.
Yeah, it's pretty much just him holding his fist together, just saying like, let's get this money. Let's get back into it. That's what it looks like to me.
So looking at it, you don't see like the sound wise is going to change too much. Do you seem like it's still going to be on the more of the street realm? How about you, freaks?
I think it looks more street than anything.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Just double up.
All right, Reasonable Doubt, track number 1. We got the intro, 1,000,001 Questions, Rhyme No More, featuring Pain in the Ass, produced by DJ Premier.
What a better way to start an album with DJ Premier. Like 2 songs. Well,
Forget about Badass.
yeah,
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Yo, this
Somebody's pulling me close to the ground. Carlito's right.
Yo, this is
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
a classic
Carlito's way.
way to start an album. And then once he kills the first beat, then it switches to motherfuckers don't rhyme, like that beat drops.
That's what we is missing.
Classic.
Yo, this is one of the better, and I'm not just talking about for Jay-Z. I'm talking about period. One of the better album intros, first songs ever. Like,
Because he talk you into it.
It's crazy, huh?
I know what you're asking yourself. Is he gonna ever fall off?
No.
A lot of speculation on the monies I made, the honeys I slayed.
How
How's he for real? Is that nigga really paid? Hustlers I met or dealt with direct. Is he truly steady beef and slept with a tech? What position you hold? Can you match a triple artist buck by buck with only a single going gold? Rockefeller shit fold. He left out in the cold. Is going back to charge of motherfuckers 11-4-0.
For the millionth
For the time asking me questions like
Wendy
Wendy Williams harassing me. Then they get upset when I catch feelings. Can I get a minute to breathe? And then a minute you leave. When I'm looking at the roll ice, spinning on my sleeve. Nice swatch. Do you really have a spot? Like I said in Friend and Foe. If so, what block?
What you doing in LA
With Filipinos and essays.
Latinos and
Cheves down for Pico with Federico. I answer that question, but all you got to go. Now the question I ask you is how bad you want to know. Wow.
Damn.
And then I agree. When that joint switch over, Rhyme No More is a little slept on. Rhyme No More is a little slept on,
That
man.
beat is hard, man.
Motherfuckers can't rhyme no more. About crime no more. Till I'm no more. Cause I'm so raw. My flow expose holes and they finding yours. Wasn't for me, niggas still be dying for whores. Yo, that's a great. This is a great. This
He
is
said
a
niggas
great
don't
verse.
want to be confined to ride the iron horse. He said, don't listen to these rappers, yo. They dying the flaws. I used to be OT.
Stop, man. He killed this. This is how you start an album.
I started in. He said. I started from the rap gang and so sweet. Freaked it to the rap game. Jigga the OG on MTV. Telling them how I sold D and how I used to bag work out of apartment 4B. And me and my homies started out Cody. Picked the mailbox lock cause I ain't have no key.
Had the cable with the anchor
Where
with
Jazz made Sophie. Then I went low key, but now I'm back in song. I like this. I like this intro a lot.
Yo, and
like
then you
this
got the
intro a
DJ
lot.
Premier scratch.
I like this.
This
This is classic.
Yeah.
This is classic. Classic Primo.
Yeah.
Classic Jay-Z.
He said, I come back with the clip playing Diana
Ross.
Ross. I'm the boss.
This is how it's gonna be. Great.
Mouse to feed till they put flowers on me.
And that's track number 1. Then we going for track number 2. The City is
Blackstreet.
The City is Mine featuring Blackstreet, produced by Teddy Riley.
Talking to Biggie on this though. Don't
The
get it
first,
twisted.
that's why I said I like the verse on here, especially the first verse is really all Biggie. And this actually Nas dissed him based off of this song. 'Cause, you know, you claim to be New York King. It ain't about that. He was talking about him saying he the king. But yeah, you belong to the city. In the river
Okay.
He's a red. Come on, man.
All right. So scratch the singing. Are y'all feeling the beat?
The
No.
beat's not that bad.
I like the beat. It's
beat
really
is
not that bad. It's the singing that's like.
Maybe I'll put everything together. I'll put but I actually like his bars a lot, especially on the first verse. When you
The
talking
bars
about
is
Big,
dope. Bars is
I
dope.
like the verse. And Teddy Riley, to get a Teddy Riley produced song, that's normally an honor.
Yeah,
I just don't feel like it
Which
went.
explains the history that we didn't know at this time between him and Teddy Riley.
Yeah, I just don't feel like it went with where he was at. I don't think it was a good mesh of where he was at musically.
I believe that he was in the video too, right?
The whole Blackstreet was in the video. Yeah. And this had actually had the Reservoir Dog theme in the
Teddy
video.
Riley wasn't no regular motherfucker though.
He wasn't.
telling you.
Yeah.
Teddy Riley was
I'm
getting
telling
money.
you, he was
Teddy
getting
Riley
paper.
was getting money. And I kind of, just from a business standpoint, I get it. How can you pass up
That's a major cosign for
Teddy
your second
Riley.
album to have like the first lead single having Teddy Riley.
and not just Teddy Riley, Blackstreet is moving.
Blackstreet, yeah.
Blackstreet's moving out here.
Yeah.
It's no diggity, all that. They moving. Nah, Blackstreet's moving.
Yeah.
They moving. So I get it. I
And
just
at
don't-
this time, this is the new Blackstreet.
Yeah, this is definitely new
Yeah.
Blackstreet. This is without David Hollister. This definitely do, and I also get him. He's looking for that. He's trying to
Commercial
find that
songs.
sound to get to that big level.
To get on the radio,
Yeah, to get to that
to get the
Mace
spins,
Puffy level, to
yeah.
get that radio. So he's looking for that sound. So Teddy Riley, you got hits for days. I get it.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like it was the perfect mesh for where he was at.
so you think this song's a failure or
It's not a
or
failure,
it
but
did
it's
its
not.
purpose?
It's not my favorite. I don't.
Yeah.
I would be the wrong person to ask if it did its purpose or not. You had to ask somebody that was really into this. I listened to the song. It was on It was on the radio. It was on the video. It was on TV. I like his bars on it, but the overall song with the hook, it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite. But this is the second single. This was the second single. This is the second single on the album. Actually, the other song, Sunshine, was the first. Was first single.
man, that's even worse.
This is the second.
Wow.
So this came out second. So he came back to back
with
with some singing.
trying to get some radio hits.
Yeah, and the video was kind of dope though. The video was like the
the video
Reservoir
wasn't bad. It
Dog
wasn't
joint,
bad.
and it's funny because he later made a song out of the movie concept he used in the video, but the video wasn't bad.
I think Michael Rappaport was in that video.
He was. He
Yeah.
absolutely was. Track number 3 is I Know What Girls Like featuring Puff Daddy and Lil' Kim, produced by Puff Daddy and Ron Lawrence.
I gotta confess, this is the worst Jay-Z song ever. I hate this song.
I wasn't a fan of this
never
song.
liked this song.
Yeah. I know what
The beat was
girls
crazy.
like.
The beat was trash,
Girls
yo.
like. I know what
That was
boys
Puff, yo.
like.
It was
I
Puff at
know
the
what
time.
they want.
I did not like this
See,
song at all.
This is the part where we was talking about the Harlem World 25 episode where I was like, yeah, some of these is the worst part of the Bad Boy sound.
Yeah.
This is the continuation
Yo, this
to me
was
of the
trash,
worst
yo.
part of the Bad Boy sound.
Yeah.
But he was trying to attach himself to that with this album. Like,
Yeah.
Bad Boy, y'all running it. Let me get some of
Let
that.
me get- yeah.
This is the worst part. If anything I like about this album, I don't like Jay-Z on this song. I don't like the feel, but Lil' Kim I on this.
It's like I'm a fly
And
girl.
I've been around a few
Girls
hoes
before.
before. Either me or my boys tore it up before.
And then they come back to that chorus again. I kind of like Lil' Kim on here though, but I hate this song.
Yeah,
I
this song-
hate this song.
This should have never made the album.
Like to that.
Yeah.
I like to that. Nah, I don't like this. This don't go. And mind you, we talk about how great track 1 was. Track 2 is Track number 3 is like I hate this song.
It is,
And
yeah.
track 4 come.
But then he came back You know, because I really hate track
Said
3.
playing that platinum shit when y'all niggas thought it was silver.
Track number 4, Imaginary Players, produced by Prestige. I like this song.
Classic track.
I like
I
this
spit
song.
that
a
other
lot.
shit. That's a nice motherfucking shit.
The feds try to follow me around.
Deep cover shit, nigga. You bear money. I'm all their money. It's Poppy, you got to count it. It's all their money.
Yo, how ironic is like, all right, so
Knocked
you got
up, marked up, fucked up in the game money. I got bail money. Double XL money. You got flash now, but time reveal money. I spit a lot of shit. You need it, I got it shit.
That down south Master P bout it shit.
yo, but it's crazy. Like, all right, so you got track 3. You're actually trying to sound like Bad Boy. The next track, you dissing one of the Bad Boy members.
Definitely taking shots at Mace. And when I heard him, I heard actually Mace explain this. I think it might have been Gilly interview. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was explaining. I didn't even know the part about the diamonds. He was talking to him about the diamonds. He was like,
"What the fuck you done to that?"
He was like, because he had a real diamonds, but the way they was made, they look cloudy. So he was like, he thought that this was cool, but the way it looked fake. Like it looked, because it wasn't how it normally looked. So that's what Jay was talking about when he found out about it. Like, those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that?
Yeah, he iced out the Rolex. Rolex didn't come out.
Yeah. So it really, you could take it two ways. Like Mace was the head of the game and nobody was doing what he doing.
Mace was doing with his own thing.
But the other people, they was like, yo, what? It ain't fake.
Motherfuckers that real Rolex buyers. And at this time, you know what I'm saying, somebody of his caliber.
So he was definitely throwing shots at Mace. And it's funny.
That's a super disrespectful line. What the fuck you done to
I
that?
said I got 996 plus 4 more dough.
You crazy? You
fugazi.
I'm loco with dough, papo.
996 plus 4 more dough. That's 1,000 grams.
You pull up in your 4.0 with your bitch. I'll pull up in my 4.6 with my bitch with the seat back. Bumping some other shit, you know. Like hopping my dick right there, right in front of your bitch, and ask me some stupid shit like, "Yo, dog, what's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6?" That's 30 to 40 grand, cocksucker.
He said that shit ain't got nothing to do with rap. Oh, you don't see my face? I'm uncomfortable, dog. I don't know you.
I don't know you. Imaginary Players, great.
Beat is crazy too.
Love it, crazy.
Wonder where that sample came from.
It's definitely some player. Like it definitely got that player vibe to it.
He come right back.
And then, whoo! Track number 5. Streets is Watching, produced by Ski B.
I think
This
that's
beat.
Ohio player sample.
If you shoot me, you famous.
Woo, what's a nigga to do?
Streets is watching. Block, ski, clock. Make your first mistake. You can't ignore it. That's the fate's way to get started. My time is money. In 25, I can't afford it. Beef started like a diver.
Yo, let's not the first line on this. Let's not.
He said beef distorted like a diver. You know when they said the divers, their ears.
Yeah.
Oh man, come on, man.
No. He's saying beef extorted like Godiva.
Oh,
like the
okay.
chocolates.
Like,
because he's saying Godiva chocolate.
The chocolate joint.
Yeah. But the first line, man.
Fact
he
check,
says if I shoot you, I'm brainless.
And if
but
you
if you shoot me, then you're famous.
What's a nigga to do?
Wow, what's a nigga to do? Like, I can't win in this situation, man. Whew, this beat is hard to me.
Very hard.
Absolutely.
Very hard.
And you got to understand, this also then birthed the movie, soundtrack, Streets is Watching.
Right out of my mouth. Because that's what made this album more potent. Is when that Streets is Watching movie came out.
That came out the next year.
Yeah, the following year.
Yeah.
But it was doing the videos from this album.
It was doing something. It was doing several videos from
You
this
feel
album.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it made it more potent.
Right.
Because everybody didn't catch it. So he's like, all right, let me do something, which was a double profit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because right after that, Streets is Watching soundtrack came out.
Yep.
You feel me? So he brought you back to this along with introducing you to Streets is Watching.
Yeah.
So it was like a double flip. You know
Well,
what I'm
let me
saying?
give Dame Dash his flowers, because Dame was a big part of the decision where they ain't like the total feedback they was getting from this album. So they took it back to the streets. They did the Streets is Watching movie and soundtrack.
Yep.
And they took the hardest songs on here and included it in the Streets is Watching
And
movie
made
and
them
soundtrack.
videos.
And it got him back. It got him back on top again. So shout out to Dame Dash, because he was a big reason behind that, because he didn't like the movement to try to be more like Puffy and them. Like, nah, we gotta get back to doing us. We gotta go back to the streets.
Marketing genius.
And then they went back to the streets to watch the soundtrack and movie and did it.
Real live shit though.
But this song birthed all of that, man. And this song was hard, man. Beat hard.
Motherfucker try to introduce him to Hush Puppies. So we got Hush Puppies.
Yeah, that's dope. I definitely rock with Streets is Watching. Track number 6, Friend of Foe 98, produced by DJ Premier. We talked about this heavily when we did the storytelling episode. Beat crazy. Produced by DJ, another Primo banger.
Motion picture shit, he said. He talked dirty. You want to start off? Go ahead.
I thought you was great. I thought you was great.
I'm done choking.
Come in the spot,
gun smoking, shot it in the air, one woke him. Sun soaking. Sit this bed like that.
Classic.
What's the Jamaican line again? I can't think about that.
Yeah, remember me from the forward? I told you don't ever come around here no more. It's time to play now. Try to blunt, wait the gun, lay down. It's time you gonna really listen to Jay now. So sensibly. He said, I said I had this lock and it just wasn't meant to be.
He said, you got a gun in your mouth? That's all you can come up with?
I was like, nah. Holmes said the noise was wrong. If you caught me with the same song, but we promise. And it's really no fun. Here I find you in the Motel 6 with all these guns and your goons lined up in the jointed rooms like some wild cowboys trying to give me a high noon. My mind's like a flower in the bloom. People out my eyes just scour the room. I'm alert, plus I play the clerk. Gotta wait out. Think this first thing I played out. The 2 tall. Come on now. A perfect lecture at you. Drove the exit. The niggas on that side of that town, money well invested. Rudely interrupted. Jamaican accent. Well, you know you fuck with. That's all you can come up with. I'm done talking. Back up and clap them. One in the abdomen. Do me a favor, dude. With 2 ice cubes, I passed them. Take this ice off for the nicest MC. And please don't tell Big he's unbelievable. Friend of foe, biatch. Classic. Yo, he said, I got some niggas on that side of the town. Money well invested. Yo, and in the video, it was Irv Gotti and Lex. Shout out to Irv Gotti, Murder Inc. Gotti, man. Check out that Murder Inc. episode. Shout out to Irv Gotti. Yeah, definitely. He definitely was there during this time.
Damn.
This is a dope story, man. Dope, Primo, dope beat.
In and out. It's probably like, what, 2 minutes song?
Yeah, and this Friend of Foe, this is a part 2.
Yeah.
You know,
about
so this
2
is
minutes,
dope.
23 seconds, shit like that.
Dope. In and out, but he got the job done. And this goes into, man, one of my favorite songs. And I will admit, I think Freaks actually made me like this song even more, man, back then. But track number 7, Lucky Me, produced by Stevie J and Buck Wild. I would rock with this, man. This song used to have me kind of zoning out a little bit. I used to really feel it.
Moments.
I used to really feel it, man.
One of the moments.
Who's just singing on the song?
Kelly Price.
Oh,
I believe.
Price.
Yeah, Kelly Price.
Kelly Price was doing live vocals.
Yeah. I don't even know. Every day I'm living with stress. Got up out the streets. You think a nigga could rest? Can't even enjoy myself unless I'm at the party, unless I'm on the dance floor, hot ass vest. You thinking I'm freaking these chicks, right? Trying not to brush against their chest. You get a lawsuit for shit like that. I feel trapped. I swear that everything, when I leave this earth, it's going to be on both feet, never knees on the dirt. You can try me, fucker, but when I squeeze, it hurts. Fine. We lost 2 lives, yours and mine. Give me any amount of time. Don't let Miss Carter grieve. I'm at the funeral parlor, dripping tears on my sleeve. Told the judge, didn't budge. It was him or me. I ain't trying to be hard, but I'm guilty as charged. Put my mercy on the court and my faith in God, and pray to God none of my nephews want to be starved. Lucky me. I used to feel this song, yo. I used to really feel this song. Like I used to play.
I told you, Carl. I said, yo, this the one right here, man.
Yeah, I would give Freaks his credit.
Through the struggles and everything.
I felt this, man.
You only know what you see.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand what it takes to be.
I felt this song.
Material movies while I'm 20 plus years old. No
sons, no daughters.
Hate put my life in the hands of fake promoters.
He hate to hear my voice right. I hate when you notice. Nigga want to strip to the bone and shit you own.
Like that, like get your own. Can't run the street without the clip and chrome. No, one day I'm gonna have to flip.
Come on.
No, this shit don't stop
till the Chris don't pop. And you had to kill a nigga and your wrist don't lock. I'm trapped. The whole world's against me in fact. but ain't no holding back. Bring it on. Hate the price of fame because it costs too much. Can I live without y'all niggas saying I'm floss too much? Y'all hate the way I make this flow all through us. Steady looking for flaws through us. Lucky me.
Yeah.
No, it's actually Karen Anderson. She sings on the other song. Kelly Price sings on the song at the end.
Yeah.
This is her name's Karen Anderson. I'm not sure.
So for those who don't know, Lil Wayne actually took some of Jay-Z's bars for Mr. Carter.
Yes,
Don't
he
let
did.
Mr.
Yes,
Carter
he did.
breathe at the
He did.
He got that from there.
This may be considered an album cover. This is actually one of my favorite songs. I used to really feel this song. I remember playing this song back. I used to play this song back. I
One
used
of them
to
tearjerker songs.
Yeah, I used to zone out, man.
Yeah.
And it's funny because then you got this song. Then we're going into track number 8 after this. Always Be My Sunshine featuring Babyface and Foxy Brown. Produced by Prestige.
With Monty with the cutie, smelling like Piatti. Had Philippine thing.
This song ain't that bad, yo. Everybody
This is the first single.
This song is not that bad.
Sean, you was definitely dancing. You know what makes this song bad? The video made this song so bad. Because it was so against with everything Jay-Z was on Reasonable Doubt.
It's not me.
And it was like a bad boy imitation, like video and everything. It was just
they was on like a roller coaster.
I'm gonna give Def Jam some blame on this too. They was trying to all get on Bad Boy's wave, and just wasn't a good look.
And
man.
get Babyface involved.
Yeah, baby. I mean, Babyface is a big deal. Babyface is a big deal.
So you didn't like the song or the video?
I didn't like the video. I didn't like the song. I didn't like it for Jay-Z.
I'm about to say, because like, what other way would you make a video of this song?
It could have worked. This song could have worked for somebody else and even been a hit. I just don't think it was the best for Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It didn't mesh with him to me at this time.
I mean, he had Babyface on there.
Babyface is great.
That's a huge cosign.
Babyface is great, but just like the Blackstreet song, this is worse than the Blackstreet song to me. But I was wondering, and mind you, I'm lightweight, kind of hating a little bit because Biggie my guy. So I'm like, oh, y'all saying he the guy? Not this, not with not this. And I got this album.
Right.
I got this, and I ain't even throw this out there yet, but Freak stole my CD.
Man,
it's a
stop
fact.
saying that.
You
stop
absolutely,
I didn't steal that CD from you, man. I gave you that CD back,
You
dog.
never gave it to me back.
I gave that shit back to you, dog.
You gotta stop smoking, dog. I'm gonna explain this to you. Freaks
I wasn't smoking back then. I gave you that CD back.
Freaks asked to borrow my CD.
That's some bullshit.
It's right here.
Freaks asked, no, and the CD for this is, I bought this over again. See, Freaks asked to borrow my CD. I never got it back again.
That's a fucking lie.
And the CD,
man. I gave you that CD.
And if y'all looking, the CD for this,
He's lying.
The
He
CD
is
for
lying.
I bought the CD over, and the CD is missing for this. Like the Freaks, you take this too.
I ain't got a CD player.
Just because Freaks definitely took my CD. I never got it back.
I never gave you that CD.
I've been talking about this.
I gave you that CD back, dog.
I've been talking about this on the podcast
episodes.
for years. I've been talking about this on the podcast. Now we finally got to the actual episode. Freak stole my CD, never gave it back.
That's a fucking
man.
lie, man.
We talking about this for 5 years now. We finally got
I
to
have
the
my own
25th.
Carl. I didn't take this from
So
you.
this the 25th anniversary of Freak stealing my CD.
So
too,
I
man.
actually stole the CD from you.
You borrowed? No, you initially borrowed it, and then you never gave it back. So whatever you want to word that, what's the proper word? And you never gave it back to me.
That's some bullshit.
You gave me something like you lost it or whatever your BS excuse. I asked you after a month went by. Your Freaks don't want my CD. Yeah, I got you, man. Never got it back again. High school jihad. You stole my CD. Just fess up to it.
I'm not fessing up to
Okay, don't say you stole it, 'cause maybe that's too harsh. Maybe you borrowed it and you never gave it back.
Carl, I thought I gave you that back.
You
is all I'm
thought
saying.
I
thought I gave that back to you.
I thought
man.
a lot of stuff. I thought I was going to the NBA, but I
No,
didn't.
You never seen that. You never seen that.
Yo, all right. Yo, so for the record, when is like the time limit that you say, all right, I need my stuff back? Being a friend.
It got to be a week.
Oh, well, he's way. I let 2 weeks go.
Week.
I gave him a courtesy week. Like, yo, I want my CD back. Oh yeah, Carl, I got you, man. I asked this man for my CD a lot.
I don't believe that, Sean.
It's a fact.
But this is what I'm saying, though. This is the same guy that was like, man, that CD whack, man. Don't even worry about it.
So what?
You feel me?
No, I played it, though. I played this. This is when we had
See?
to.
But it further confirms, Sean, because once Streets is Watching came out, Now he wants it back.
No, I wanted it back before Streets is Watch It came out. I wanted it back before Streets is Watch It came out. But nah, I definitely wanted my CD back. But Sunshine I wasn't rocking with Sunshine, man. The video was a turn off. Maybe the song was kind of okay, but the video just took it to a whole nother level. It wasn't work. I know you love the song, Sean. I know this is one of your favorites
Hype
all
Williams
time.
did the video too.
He did, and it looked like it. It was very shiny. It was
Very
very
colorful.
shiny.
But that's how hype was coming at the time.
He was definitely coming shiny. Sean, this is one of your all-time favorite songs?
It's not a bad song. I feel like the song it's good, but it's not as bad as everybody's making it.
Was
seem
you
to be.
dancing when the song came out? Was you
No.
was you break dancing and pop locking?
They was in the video.
They was what I'm saying. So was you doing it with them?
No, I was not. But the song ain't that bad as everybody's making it.
I can't use it. All right, we got track number 9.
Repertoire.
Who You With 2, produced by Ski Beats. This is off the Sprung soundtrack.
Love
too.
Bitches.
Soundtrack. Yeah, this one was definitely a dope song, dope video, like with the players,
Players
and all
Club.
that. Yeah.
The Players Club. Yeah.
Players ball type video.
I love bitches, thug bitches, shy bitches.
He said, pull you and your little friend. Lift your little dress like light wind.
And
Then
I slide right in. You know the whole repertoire, US to the USSR. Flexing in the Lexus car. Match whips with the best of y'all.
The rest of y'all
Like vegetables in my presence.
Check it.
Reminiscing on nothing you ever heard. Iceberg, Slim Baby ride rims through the suburbs.
Funds come a lump sum.
Yeah.
Get money like I'm down south.
Wednesday the 3rd, it's on. Though to get more shows to rip, I suggest you all roll with the click. Who you with?
Yeah.
Now this, I feel like this song when this originally came out, was it like a summertime or something? I feel summery when this song came. But I remember this video and all. This
Couldn't
song,
be if it came out in November.
I guess. I just feel like it never sprung. But remember, this was on a soundtrack.
soundtrack,
So
yeah.
this may have came out prior when it was, and they just added this because this is part 2. So
Yeah.
I think the original version came out on the Never Sprung soundtrack. I think it was hot when this came out. Like it was more of the warm, and they added this to the album.
Right.
This came out prior to this. But yeah, I remember this was on the video. This is on the TV heavy. This video was on heavy.
Yeah.
And Who You With was this was a good single.
Now
Now this is more of where I can see him that makes sense commercially compared to Sunshine and
I agree.
I see him here. This is more
But
like
I'm
the
gonna be
Ain't No
honest with you, Carl. Until I watched the Streets of Watching joint, is when I really like this song.
the visuals
Because
take
you finally
take it to the
seen
next
Sauce.
thing. Yeah.
You feel me? Everything blended in.
But this is more along the lines of the Ain't No Nigga from Reasonable
Yeah.
Doubt compared to the super like Sunshine.
But this ain't no radio single though. That last verse, you talking about the condom sliding off and
In
stuff.
and out like the crack house. Keep it moving.
Ain't No Nigga wasn't technically a radio single if you listen to the words,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they made it work. Who You With was like that too.
Yeah.
You clean up a couple words and it fit. This is
Yeah.
more along the Ain't No Nigga compared to just like the super commercially side. I like this song better.
Right.
This is more of my speed for him, where I can see him
Shout out to
going.
Brooklyn Cruise, put your hands up in
Yeah,
the air.
you
feel
jump
me?
ahead. Track number 10 is Face Off. Face Off featuring Sauce Money, produced by Trackmasters. This
If you
goes
feel,
out.
man,
What was that? What's that beat?
we
from
don't
again?
love these hoes.
This goes out to my Brooklyn crew. Put your guns up in your air. If you feel, man, fuck them all day, fuck them all night. We don't love these. Sauce Money, man. Sauce Money was a problem. This is before Beans got in the picture.
Yeah.
So Sauce Money was his guy, his rapping partner, and Sauce Money was going in. They both going in. Now I noticed. I don't know if y'all heard this, but when you play this on like streaming and stuff, this song gets lower for some reason. It's lowered in volume. They didn't mix and master this very well. This song gets a lot lower than the other songs.
I haven't heard it
Check
like
that.
that.
I don't know why. Maybe it's a mixing and mastering problem, but this song is always lower. But this him and Sauce going back and forth. Him and Sauce when they went back and forth on tracks, they always did their thing. I like this.
Kind of like their version of Brooklyn's Finest. Kind of compare that. The song Like It, kind of
Okay.
similar.
I mean, not Brooklyn's finest, but it was.
I mean, just like the
Not-
back
not
and
the
forth.
back and forth.
Yeah.
It definitely
I'm
is.
not saying it's. I'm not saying it's better than Brooklyn finest.
Blasphemous.
Gotta clear shit up
That is
Sean.
not.
Blasphemous.
I'm just saying like the back and forth
Blasphemous.
comparison.
It's dope.
Just like they did on pregame on the Belly soundtrack. That was dope.
Track number 11, Real Niggas, featuring Too Short, produced by Anthony Dent.
This was cool.
Niggas do real things.
Now I got to shout out to Biggie once again and Bad Boy for bringing the Too Short to me. They brought Too Short to the East Coast. So Jay-Z's continuing off that now, and he got him on Real Niggas, man.
Yeah, but Too Short been valid to me.
No, Too Short's been that guy.
I'm just making sure.
I think he brought him. They
To
brought
the
him
East
to the
Coast?
East Coast. Well, Biggie brought him to the
Biggie,
East
yeah.
Coast
In a
I
more
think
tasteful manner.
And I think Jay-Z continued that by bringing him here, man.
Then he brought him on the next album.
And he brought him
We
next
started
album,
out making small time bacon.
On the Road to Riches, and it's the hook is also another kind of tribute to Big, I guess, because you know he did that. He did this hook first, so and it's just a slower song too.
Right in front
On
of
the
you,
Road to
children, they
Riches
fall in
and
my side
Diamond
pocket.
Name. Real niggas do real things. It's definitely a slower.
Respecting the fiends I look up to.
Now,
Take it or leave it. Fuck you.
now, do you like the transitions going from Who You With to this? Being as though it's more upbeat, then it just slows
It's
down.
definitely a big change in tempo.
Yeah.
Bessie. And also another thing with this album could have been the cohesiveness, how they
Rearranged it a little
sequence the
better,
songs
yeah.
and all that. Absolutely.
We gotta get a
Absolutely.
Barboni mix of this. Just kind of remix the track, see if it maybe
Some
sounds
of
better.
them gotta go. Some of them gotta go. I mean, you can sequence them all you want. Some of them gotta go. You can try. You can't hide everything.
Yeah.
But I definitely think a little different than sequencing might help because that's a big tempo change.
Yeah.
Compared to that song. Track number 12, Rap Game, Crack
One of my
Game,
favorite songs.
produced by Big Jazz.
One of my favorite songs.
You got another Nas sample.
Somehow
Sometimes the Rap Game remind me of the Crack Game.
Yeah.
And then they got the Outkast sample too. So and he's really breaking it down. Like he's really breaking down,
busting it down all the way.
how the rap game and the drug game is like the same thing. Like he really going into detail. Like you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
This was dope for sure. Definitely
treat
dope.
this rap shit just like handle it weight. With the advantage we take.
Yeah.
Nah, he definitely breaking that thing down a lot.
Break up a cake.
Track number 13, Where I'm From, produced by Derek DJ Angeletti and Ron Lewis. This right here.
By far the best song on the album.
This may be one of his.
How real is this?
This may be one of his best street songs ever. Like
Yeah.
this might be one of Jay-Z's best street songs.
Yo, so at that 444 concert we went to, did he perform this?
Absolutely.
I feel like he did. Yeah.
Absolutely. He plays this.
He plays. Man sung in every verse he get around with the vamps or some every vintage every summer when the work would come and the work would hand and run.
Yeah.
Did he got the
off the
Biggie
set.
sample in there too?
I'm where the
baby,
plans was to get funds and skate off the set to achieve the goal quicker.
So, oh my word.
He said, "I'm favoring the measurable odds till I gave straight bets."
This beat is crazy. This
From the
whole
other
video
side,
is
where other
crazy.
guys don't walk too much.
And he had one
Girls
of
in
the classic.
closet, fuckers say we talk
He got
too
one of the
much.
classics,
So they ran the
which
other
became
side, so them
sayings.
things we trust.
He said, "I'm from where niggas pull your car and argue all day about who's the best MC, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas." And to me, at this time,
Drugs over at ours and thugs over at
and all,
ours and at each other's throats for the love of
foreign cause.
yeah.
When cats, he said, when cats
catch cases, hoping to judge R&Rs.
But most time find
themselves
themselves
locked up behind bars. That all. I'm from where the ball and the breed rhyme stars. I'm from Marcy, son. Just thought I'd remind y'all. Now, the thing about this is when I heard that line first, who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and I'm like, damn, Jay, you putting yourself in that category. I felt like he was, but it kind of reminded me of later when Lil Wayne did this. It was like, to me, it was like self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, I knew I was that guy. Y'all didn't necessarily think I was that guy yet. But now look at me when I say that. Like, now look at me, I belong there. But when he first said it, I'm like, ooh.
You put yourself out there like that?
Iggy, Jay-Z, and Nas?
Beef is inedible. Summertime's unforgettable.
Edible.
Boots is in abundance.
Buy
Buy a
an
half
old
price
size sweater
sweater
new.
new. The word was everything. So everything
you
you
said
say you do, we did it. Couldn't talk about it if you ain't
live
live
it.
it. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop it.
This song hard. This beat, shout out to D-Dot, Ron Lawrence, they Bad Boy Hitman. This beat was hard.
Yeah.
Now this is the Bad Boy tracks. Y'all should have got more of this. More of these type beats is what Jay-Z needed.
Yeah.
Not that colorful stuff. This song right here, hard.
Crazy.
Banger, man. Street banger. To me, this may be one of, like, he can perform this at any show. It's gonna, maybe it's between this and Public Service Announcement. They like his hardest joints where you just like, they just go. This right here is crazy.
Cuff up alone. Where I'm from.
Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice.
They got
Been to many places, but I'm Brooklyn zone. Woo.
Yeah, they got the
Straight
Ready to Die
classic,
sample
though.
with the girls. Where you from?
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's Biggie.
Yeah,
That's
they
all
are.
Biggie joint, ain't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, Ready to Die.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, where you from? Brooklyn. Yeah.
This song was hard, and the video is like
Definitely
street.
hard.
In
Yeah.
the video, he's just in the hood.
Yeah.
This is dope, man.
Well, you can't throw your vest away because if it were tomorrow, because say, damn, I was just with him
with him
yesterday.
No. The video is Streets is Watching.
Streets
then
is Watching.
Then it
And
switches
then
to
it
this.
switches over to this.
Yeah.
But I remember they just in the hood.
Fuck government.
This dope. We
politics
ourselves. Track number 14, You Must Love Me, featuring Kelly Price, produced by Nasheem Merrick, another
Yo,
Hitman joint.
This is one of the videos that was on the Streets is Watching that amplified the song. Like seeing the video of him shooting his brother.
But this is also real life. He really
Yeah.
he really shot his brother in real life. That all happened. So this is reality.
Yeah.
He's telling a story, but it's real. I mean, the part about his brother is reality. Then he talked about the part with the girl.
Absolutely.
And his mom.
But the part with his brother is all
Yeah.
facts. This is exactly how it happened. He actually said after he shot his brother, he actually ran the Jazzo house.
Yeah.
He thought he killed him.
Yeah.
And could you imagine if he did? Like we wouldn't even be having this
dude.
conversation right now.
Nope.
If he killed his brother, it ain't no 25th anniversary or
like
nothing.
Jay who? Like
We with Jay who?
Yeah.
Another great rapper locked up. The best rapper to most people locked up for life. We would never heard of him
yeah.
if his brother would have died. And the crazy thing about it is his brother wanted to see him. That's real.
Yeah.
You shot me. I love you, even though I was high or hied up. I love you so much. Where my brother at, man?
Yeah.
I want to see my brother. We ain't pressing no charges or nothing, none of that. That's how much I love. That's love right there, man. That's why I said you must love me.
Yeah.
That's love, yo. And Kelly Price is singing a hook on this song, and this song's crazy.
Yo, that's a crazy way to start the song. He's like, since my date of birth, bought you nothing but hurt. Played those video games, stole change out your purse. Like, yo, he be killing this joint.
Yeah, this song was crazy. And then that's the last song on
You must love me.
You Must Love Me on most of the album, but then on the deluxe version, well, not the deluxe version, but the version overseas, he had a song called "Wishing on a Star," and that was the "Wishing on a Star." That was a bonus. And Track Master produced that. That was a bonus on like the overseas version, but the regular version ended with "You Must Love Me." So, "In My Lifetime" was met with mixed reviews upon release, but it went on to go platinum in sales. So what was the impact that y'all would say of In My Lifetime Volume 1 after it came out?
Definitely after Biggie Death and everybody was waiting to hear from him. We finally hear from him. But more importantly, I think they've rewinded back because when, like I said earlier, when Streets is Watching dropped, it made people go back to this album and jump more and more and
Right.
more.
It didn't have impact. It had impact. It didn't have like change the game impact, but it had impact. It had respect impact. It wasn't like this game. This was a game changer. We're gonna get into that a little later with his albums, but people, you knew he was here. It didn't. It wasn't like, to me, it wasn't like Jay's that. Oh, he's that guy now.
Right.
I didn't get that, but it let him know like, yo, I'm here. I'm here.
Right.
My feet is planted. I ain't going nowhere. But to me, this wasn't like he was that guy yet. And then commercially, the commercial part, it didn't hit to me. What Def Jam was trying to do. Because this is important because this is his first album on Def Jam. Reasonable Doubt wasn't on Def Jam. So after Irv did the deal, how we talked about in the Murder Inc. episode, this is his first album on Def Jam, so it's a big deal.
You got
Def Jam, bigger budget,
expectations.
Def Jam wants to take them to a different level. Like this is a big deal, man. You know, Freaks, what you think, man?
Of course, I told you that already. Like this, I think that the weight kind of killed us a little bit because we knew we was going through something. But once this joint dropped, man, like,
how can you really say it's a weight if he dropped it the next year after he dropped Reasonable Doubt in '96? It came out in '97.
But everybody didn't catch on to Reasonable Doubt like that, so we was looking forward to his next album.
Okay. Okay. So you saying some people didn't really even miss Reasonable Doubt altogether?
Exactly.
Some people might have thought that this was his first album.
I can see that because Reasonable Doubt wasn't like selling crazy units.
And then not only that, a lot of people ain't get turned on to Jay-Z the late. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand that. Some people wasn't on the Reasonable Doubt. And it wasn't like Reasonable Doubt came out and went like double, triple platinum.
Right.
Like it was a street classic, but it was definitely underground. It was considered more underground. So Def Jam was trying to take them to the masses. I don't think they accomplished it fully, what they wanted to do, but they tried. It made an impact, but I can't say like it crushed the game. Not coming off that stuff we talking about from Bad Boy. Not at all. But they were trying to do their best imitation, and I felt like they kind of messed Jay-Z up, and I feel like then he came back after this and got it right.
He got it right.
Got it right.
Exactly, yeah.
But he is funny because you hear him, I hear him in his own words speak about it, and it made perfect sense. He was like, man, this is the album that he regrets the most. He said it out of his own words. He said, I regret this album the most because, you know, I could have had it right. I the songs was there. I just was doing too much and listening to other people. I could have had something really special with this
absolutely.
if I had listened right. So, you know, this
is a good album though.
So
definitely was.
Would you say that this is a sophomore slump?
Nah, not me.
No, because it wasn't whack. It
wasn't bad.
It was a good album. It wasn't like he just dropped off the face of the earth.
Right.
It's just when you comparing a whole body of work to Reasonable Doubt, it's not that, but it's not whack.
Yeah.
Though. It's not, to me at least. It's not whack. How would you describe the sound on here, on this album?
I think it's like street at some points.
Yeah.
It's commercial a little bit. It's I guess a balance of street and kind of commercial radio at the same time.
It's like trying to be commercial radio, but then trying to have this street, trying to find the balance.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know that he's a street rapper. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make the best songs to get on the radio, but some of the radio songs sounds forced. Like I'm trying to get on the radio.
They were trying way too hard. They were trying way too hard. Here we go, man. Now we're gonna get to this, Freaks. Now we got the albums out, we got the songs out the way. Is In My Lifetime Vol.1, is it a classic?
Yes, it is. To me, it is. And I think the big help of making this a classic was Teresa's Watching. Absolutely. This is a classic in my book. Like I say, Carl, all the time, it's not about the actual body of work, but it's also about the body of work. But I can deal with a couple misses, but it's at the time that this album dropped. You know what I'm saying? And I think it came around to me to become a classic when we seen the visuals, because visuals always make things better. So once the visuals came and then really people really just look into things, you know, it's a great thing.
Well, you know, rest in peace to Taz. He called me Carl Carter. And this is the first album that we have done an anniversary on that I'm going to say is not a classic. I can't recall that any other album that we did an anniversary, 25th anniversary, 20th anniversary, that I said wasn't a classic. I don't think this is a classic.
Why
don't.
Not? Because of what song? Because of Sunshine and Blackstreet?
This
and Lil Kim?
That's
the only three songs
out of all the Jay-Z albums, and I'm not saying all the Jay-Z albums is classic by far. I'm not saying that. But this has the most songs I hate on it of Jay-Z album. Of any of the Jay-Z albums. He got other songs I hate, but this has the most songs I hate. And I don't like how this album flows. And I
Volume 2.
And I really don't think Volume 2?
What?
What?
What? Hard Knock Life?
Yes.
No, Volume 3. My bad, Volume 3.
But even Volume 3.
Volume 3 got more songs that I don't like.
I don't think Volume 3 has songs I hate. I ain't saying Volume 3 is a classic, but Volume 3 doesn't have songs that I hate on there.
You only hate him because he said he hate him.
No, I hated them before. I definitely hated these songs before.
Sean don't hate them.
It was a time in my life. It was a time where I'm gonna take it back now, and I'll say this. I used to always say this is my least favorite Jay-Z album. After listening to this and studying it, and then going back and thinking some of his other albums, this is not his worst album. I take that back now. I still don't think it's a classic. I think this album is better than like the Blueprint 3. I think this album is better than Magna Carta. I think his album is better than those albums.
So,
because those albums don't have the best songs.
With our rating system, how many headphones would you give this? To me, I'm gonna give it a solid 4. It's great songs, but it's definitely not a classic. But it's not as bad as everybody thinks it is.
It's not. No, it's not bad. It's a good album. I'm not saying it's whack. I'm not saying nothing like that. Because you got to understand, this is the thing about Jay-Z. This is why it makes it so hard for artists like Jay-Z. Because his worst is way better than most people's best. Like that's the thing about it. That shows how great he is.
Yeah.
But so this album is definitely a good album. It got classic songs. He no matter what he's doing tours with Beyonce, and he's still doing Where I'm From. It's from this album. So like that shows the powerfulness. Even though A Million and One Questions, even though he got Honey, he never performs Honey. He never performs I Know What Girls Like. He never performed The City Is Mine.
Yeah.
I can't recall a concert in the last 20 years. But I don't like the way the album flows. I don't like the cohesiveness. I don't like the sequence. And then he got songs that I just hate on here. But he also got songs that I really like. So now I'm not going to say it's his worst album anymore. I take that back after really digging into the album. But classic, nah. It falls a little short of classic.
So how many headphones would you give this album?
That's tough, man. It had to be 3.5 or 4. 3.5 and a 4. If it was a middle ground between that, I might go with that. Because I feel like
honestly, it's a 4 headphone album, but due to the times with me when this album meant a lot and when it came and I was on it, it makes it a classic. I'm just being real.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because if I can't live with a moment through music, what I'm saying?
I think it's in his top 10, if that says anything. Maybe it's in his top 10. Probably. It's not
got a lot of classic tracks on here.
It's definitely not top. It's definitely not top 5. It's definitely not top 5.
A lot of niggas' first albums ain't fucking with this.
He got some of my favorite street Jay-Z cuts on here. Yeah. I'll give that credit. But I can't go with classic. What about you, Sean?
It's a very good. To me, it's a good album. Like I said, I would give it 4 headphones. To me, it's a solid project. I hate the Little Kim song. All the other things, they're all right.
You love Sunshine. You only really
Sunshine is not that bad.
And that's the case. You only dislike one song, so it should be a classic to you.
Nah, it is good. I mean, everything's not put together right, but it's still 4.
Okay, I don't like this sound for him. I don't. The whole sound together didn't come together. I don't like him. It's like it's not even the best Bad Boy. It's like the worst of the Bad Boy sound to me. It's like what I don't like from the Bad Boy sound. Let's give it to Jay. I think they kind of set him up a little bit, man.
So it's like a Cowtown version of it?
Both of them kind of set him up. Like, let's give him these weak joints, man. We ain't on Bad Boy.
His skill level showed it, though. He still made it a good track.
No, he can rap. And even The City Is Mine, like I said, I like the raps on there. Like, he can rap.
Yo, break down the bars of what he's saying on City Is Mine, and they would...
Yeah,
he got bars on there.
The bars is crazy. I just don't like the overall song. Yeah. That's different. But, it's a good album. Don't let me take nothing away from that. It's a good album. So, what's your favorite song on In My Lifetime Vol.1?
Where I'm from,
man. Song or songs?
Song.
Song, I don't know, man.
Jeez.
Crazy. Lucky
like
Me.
Intro.
Lucky Me is messy.
Intro is dope.
Lucky Me is messy, man.
Fender 498.
Jeez.
Oh, yo, these joints go in, yo.
It's crazy because I'm like, damn.
Lucky Me is messy.
These joints with Premier, they all bangers.
If I'm gonna go with top 3, I'm gonna shoot. This actually changed over the years. I can say stuff changed over the years on this. Because right now, I think I might go with Where I'm From right now. Like, he was talking so that was so hard.
Top. So you saying top 3 songs or you?
I'm just saying my top 3
favorite.
right now. I'm my favorite.
Yeah,
my favorite. I think I'm gonna go. I might go with Where I'm From right now. Number 1. Then number 2, man. I have 1,000,001 Questions. Rhyme No More.
Classic.
It's crazy. And now that number 3 is tough though because I really like Lucky Me a lot. I really felt that song, but then I really like Imaginary Player too, man. Like,
It's hard to call, man.
I'm gonna go with Imaginary Player, but Lucky Me is like I really love Lucky Me, man. That Lucky Me was dope. He got some street. I think he might have the most street joints on here that I like at any album. I give him that.
I'm gonna say Where I'm From. Take the Intro and Friend or Foe 98. Those straight street songs.
You said Lucky Me, Freaks?
Yeah, more than likely it's Lucky Me, man. Lucky Me, man. Like I can't escape that song. That song did something to me.
Okay.
Good look.
classic.
Good look.
All right. Lucky Me. Where does this album rank in Jay-Z's discography? You got it. Is it cracking the top 5?
I actually like this album a lot.
It's a classic.
To me,
you said it's a classic. It's a classic.
But he got 5 other classics.
It's a classic.
I don't know. He's got 5 other
he
classics.
does.
Top 6.
Top 6.
Top 6. Top 6.
6, 7.
Yeah.
6, 7.
He got 5 other classics to me.
He really does.
That's just me.
He got 5 classics that it ain't close to me.
Yeah.
I got Blueprint number 1. I got Reasonable Doubt number 2. Then I got the Black Album. Then I actually have 444 after that.
That's a great album.
I have 444 after that, and then I have Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, right there.
Wow.
And then after that, I like American Gangster. American Gangster was underrated to me, number 6. It may be around 7, 8-ish. Yeah.
Jay-Z really got some classic albums, yo. If you break down his whole discography,
I only been saying that the whole time he was on the podcast. I don't know why it's so controversial. Like,
I mean, like, I'm
he
just,
put a lot of
like-
numbers on the board, man.
You call Carter, man. That's
oh, right? Yeah.
He put a lot of numbers on the board, man.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, his whole like, I don't care about selling the albums, but as bodies of work, him, I feel like Ghostface is up there, Nas is up there. They got great bodies of work.
He do. And like I said, with the albums that you think are not good,
They're still better.
like
than
they're better than most.
Yeah.
I mean, you're judging it on. He's really going against himself for the most part.
Yeah.
So his what albums that you saying are not good compared to his best albums is still way better than
their
most people's
standards
stuff.
are, like, so high.
Because my standards for him is so high because he set the bar
Yeah.
so high. Like he's different, man. He's different. He's different. Definitely top 10, not
Yeah.
top 5 for me, but definitely top 10. How does this album compare coming off of the classic as Reasonable Doubt? How does this compare as his second album after Reasonable Doubt? Now, you said, Sean, it's not the sophomore slump, but how do you compare this coming off of Reasonable Doubt?
I think it's good, but it's not like it still sounds like he's trying to find himself. I think Volume 2, he got it right, like a perfect blend of like a street anthem, like Annie, but he still sold it and it was on the radio, but it was still like a street banger. It was like pretty much like the perfect blend of trying to do what he wanted to do on Volume 1. He got it right on Volume 2.
Well, it's crazy. This is going to sound weird, but I think Reasonable Doubt's a better album than this.
Oh, it is.
But I actually think he's rapping better on this album. Like, you can hear the growth. You can hear the growth in him lyrically on this album compared to Reasonable Doubt. Is that crazy? Can you agree?
Nah, I wouldn't debate that.
I feel like his lyrically, you can hear
He got a bounce.
he got
more of a bounce on.
he started to come more of his own to where we hear him in his prime on this album compared to the Reasonable.
He definitely-
Reasonable Doubt is more still in the kind of fast
Still rush,
lane.
yeah.
This
Definitely
I feel
rough
like
around
he's
edges.
growing. I feel like he's growing lyrically, but the songs, the whole body of work is not all the way together. But I definitely feel like he's rapping. Like
Right.
his rapping is better because he got some song on Reasonable Doubt, like the deluxe or bonus version where it's Can I Live 2? And Can I Live
Yeah.
2 on there, he's not rapping to me on Can I Live 2 like he's rapping on the rest of Reasonable Doubt. He's rapping different on the rest of Reasonable Doubt. Can I Live 2 sounds more like it's going into like this kind of sound the way he's rapping on that. But that's a bonus on there. But I'm going to say Reasonable Doubt's a better album. I feel like he didn't get it all right on this album.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's rapping better. Lyrically, he's growing for sure. How did this set up his future albums? Jay's future albums.
I think it set him up perfect. I mean, cause
yeah, it lined it right up.
Yeah.
It lined it right up.
I mean, because he did have those radio pop songs, but it kind of transitioned into him being who he is today.
But I also feel like he had to go through this to find himself in order to get those next albums right. So it actually, he kind of was figuring it out on the way. So I definitely think it was part of his growth process. He had to go through this. He had to experience okay, Puff, this ain't my look. Thanks, Puff. This made y'all, made y'all, made y'all successful, but this ain't my route I want to go.
This ain't my sound.
Yeah, this ain't my sound. So I got to figure that out. So it helped him figure out by hit and miss, trial and error of what I need to do for the future. For sure. So yeah, I definitely think it. So he knew like, okay, I got it now.
Yeah,
I perfected it now. I got you. All right, I know what I did wrong. But I can see the competitiveness side, like an athlete. Where you felt like you left something on the table. I feel the competitive side of him is like, damn, I left some stuff on the table on when I had something there.
I mean, but also at the same time, he's like, yo, that's not who I am.
Right.
I don't need to make songs like this. That's not who I am. So why am I trying to make these songs that's really not me?
And once again, I gotta give Dame Dash his props because he was the one. He was the one that wanted. He was the one that wanted that success. But Dame was like, nah, we can get there, but we don't need to do it like that. And he ain't all the way rock with Puff and Mason anyway. So he didn't want to really do what they was doing anyway. So that was probably a little button to his. So Dame probably was happy. He'd be like, nah, we ain't rocking with them. We Rockefeller. We doing our own thing right now, man. So yeah, man. Has any album came out? It's that time in the last 25 years that reminds you of In My Lifetime Vol.1. Now you can, man. Some of us said this wasn't a classic, so
I mean, I'm just thinking like, what of my favorite artists had their second album sound like this, and I can't think of none. That's trying to go from street to pop, but not pop.
Didn't work.
And it didn't work. So
for them, it didn't work. I'm telling you, man, that the gap that's in between this album that makes it unique is that Streets is Watching. So it's gonna be hard to compare something for me. That's just for me.
But Streets is Watching came out after this. Though.
I know, but Streets is Watching pulled more people into this album to make it better than what it was. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's just me.
I can
definitely see that.
I can give you that one because it made you for those
myself as well.
For those that just dismissed this album,
but I was already on it because I knew that a lot of people slept on Reasonable Doubt.
For those that dismissed this album, I can see how let me go back and check it out again. Because after I'm seeing the visuals with the stuff, with some of these, with the best songs on here, then I can see because Streets is Watching soundtrack was pretty much all the best songs on here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of them.
Absolutely.
Pretty much every song that we considered the best song that was on here. So, I really can't. I really don't got nothing for this one. And it's funny because I don't even think this is a classic, but I can't really think of nothing. And if I do, it's going to be after we finish. But I can't really think of nothing that gives me this vibe. This vibe.
Yeah.
Like even that had an album where I thought it had some hard joints on there, but they had some commercial joints I didn't like. I can't really even like you. Oh, I got one.
What?
I got one. Jadakiss, Kiss the Game Goodbye, his first solo album.
But that's his first album.
It wasn't the second. It wasn't. But I like songs on Jadakiss's album, but it's not like a Kiss. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm reaching. Nah, Kiss the Game. His first album was Kiss the Game. His first album was Kiss the Game. I'm gonna go with Kiss the Game Goodbye.
Don't worry about it. Sean got you later.
Because we know, because we know Jadakiss had bars. We know he had the streets, but then they Rough Riders try to position him where.
I thought about that, but nah.
Yeah, because he had that.
But knock yourself out. Knock yourself out is better than the songs on the commercial songs on here though. I take Knock Yourself Out.
Yeah.
Knock Yourself Out was a hit.
Yeah,
but I feel like he had them songs on there. It was like Jada,
this ain't you.
That's what I'm. I don't think that's so much of a reach, freaks. But that's what I'm gonna go with.
It's a heavy reach.
That's not a heavy reach.
Sean has sent you out there later.
That's not a heavy reach.
Seriously,
that's not a heavy reach, Sean. Come on, that's not a heavy reach.
I can kind of see what he's saying.
That's not a heavy reach, freaks.
Kinda.
That's not a heavy reach.
I can see where you're going.
I reach way
through later.
I reach way further on other albums. Nah, I like that. I'm gonna stand on that. Jadakiss. Kiss the Game Goodbye. Kiss the Game Goodbye. I believe that's his first solo album.
So what's the better album? You taking Jada's first album or Jay's second album?
I'm gonna take Jada's. Jay's second album over that.
Okay.
And I was bumping that too.
Yeah.
I was bumping that too. I'm not going to front on it. It's good.
Yeah.
But I'll take Jay-Z's second album over.
I agree 110%.
Because he got the street bangers on that go harder, for sure. All right, man. In My Lifetime, Vol.1, 25 years later,
dog. We here for it, bro.
Damn.
What's the legacy of this album? Jay-Z's second album. Now,
I think this was a good segue album into creating who we love Jay as today.
Yep.
Like, he had to go through this to be the artist that he is today.
I agree, Sean, because he had to push through losing one of his best friends.
That and
making the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That probably was due to contractual reasons or whatever it may be. But he never thought that he would be mentioning his best friend in his album, Buddy not being here.
Right.
And to add to that, he also said that Biggie's death changed this album. He was like, a lot of the songs was slower. He said it changed from, I guess, his original vision of this album. When that happened, it changed it. Yeah. Like it kind of changed where he wanted to go on some stuff, you know. But also, I'll piggyback with all of that. But I'll say he needed this. He needed this experience. This is his first album on Def Jam. You know, one of his favorite lines, I show you how to move in a room full of vultures. He didn't. This is his first experience dealing with the corporate system, big label. So he had to find out, okay, how can we fit in and do our thing and make it work for us?
Big label, bigger budget.
And they also have more control in the beginning because they didn't all the way trust them. So they like, nah, you
gotta make songs like this.
Yeah, so you had to get to the point where Dame and them had to get like, yo, let us do us. Y'all just market us. Let us do us. So he needed this in order for them to perfect what they needed. Yeah, so it definitely had its meaning. But he got classic street records.
Hell yeah.
That are right there. And Jay, if you're doing the verses like I did, shout out to Son the 215, and we did the verses. Like I played Imaginary Player. I did I played Where I'm From. I played 1,000,001 Questions. And you know, this is with all Jay-Z's songs out there. I played these songs from this album. So that shows where it is. 25 years later, he got joints on here that's still going to ring off. Even though I might not think it's a classic, he definitely got songs that made an impact.
Good songs.
Made an impact. It's a good album, but he definitely made an impact with it. And shout out to, you know, Jay, Rockefeller, Dame, Biggs, everybody that was involved. DJ Premier, some bangers on
Puff,
here.
Little Kim.
Puff and Little Kim, even though they're not my favorite. They were Derek D. Angeletti.
Pain in the ass.
Always coming through, man. And, you know, everybody down with Rockefeller, Def Jam that contributed to this album. Happy 25-year anniversary. So let us know how you feel about it, whether you think it's a classic, whether you think it's not a classic.
Hit us up.
Let us know how you feel about it. You know, 25 years later, Rockefeller, y'all. But yo, we Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go follow us at Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go download, subscribe. We on all digital platforms. Button. Make sure you go to our YouTube page. Subscribe. Run those views up, man. We giving y'all some dope content, dope content, man. And as always, we're going to continue to march forth, man.
Always.
Long live Taz, our brother, man, forever. We're going to hold you down. And he liked this album, by the way. He liked this album. I don't know if he would say it's a classic, but he will. I definitely heard him say he liked this album for sure.
Definitely.
So, if you haven't heard this album, go back and check it out. If you're young, you may not have heard it. You may not have heard Jay-Z during this era. Go check it out, man. Let us know how you feel.
You will definitely see the growth of Jay.
Absolutely. But yo, man, happy anniversary, 25th anniversary in My Lifetime Vol.1. We Concert Crew Podcast. Yo, Pito, hit us with the fader. We out.
Yeah.
Yeah.